Hi, I'm Jeff from Carter Products. Today we're going to show you how to install the Carter Center Master, which is an accessory for your already existing Carter Circle cutting jig. The Center Master is primarily used for wood turners who want to cut a blank round and then put a faceplate on it and attach the faceplate in the center. The Center Master comes with a faceplate adapter, a new sliding pivot plate, and an Allen wrench. The new sliding pivot plate goes in place of your existing sliding pivot plate. Remove the sliding pivot plate by removing the two bolts. You'll note there's a T-nut in the extrusion. Leave the T-nut in the extrusion and simply put the new sliding pivot plate in place. You'll need to adjust the sliding pivot plate by simply snugging up these bolts and then backing them off a quarter to a half a turn. You want to make sure the sliding pivot plate slides freely but doesn't have too much side-to-side slop. Occasionally you may have to adjust the extrusion underneath to make sure the sliding pivot plate slides correctly. Loosen the two screws here, move your extrusion side to side to either eliminate any gap or any friction. Now I'm going to show you how to cut a bowl blank using the circle cutter and the Center Master. I've already marked the center of my bowl blank, and now I want to drill a 1/4 inch hole on that mark, about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch deep for the point. Once you've got your hole drilled, simply turn the wood over and put the hole on the pivot point. Before you do that though, you'll want to make sure you adjust the circle cutting jig to the correct radius for the diameter of your circle. In my case, I want to cut an 8-inch diameter, so I'm going to move the circle jig to the 4-inch on the scale. Lock it in place. Make sure your white sliding blocks are in place so that it supports the wood when you're turning it. Check your guides so that they're high enough above the wood not to interfere, but low enough so that it still guides the blade. And now we're ready to cut. You want to make sure you turn the wood very slowly because it's a very thick piece of wood. And once we've finished cutting the circle, we can now remove our bowl blank from the scrap wood. We now have a perfectly round bowl blank. You'll notice the bowl blank has still our center hole that's drilled in there. Now we can use the Center Master to center our faceplate on the center of our bowl blank. I have here a faceplate from our jet lathe, our Center Master, and the pin that goes in the Center Master. You'll want to install the pin in the Center Master so that the pin goes about 1/4 of an inch below your faceplate. The easiest way to do that is to just hold it in place, go about 1/4 inch below, hold it in place, and then lock it tight with a set screw. Once you've got the Center Master adjusted, thread it into the faceplate, put the pin in the hole. It's now perfectly centered with our bowl blank, and we can screw the faceplate down. I usually like to just start the screws and then remove the Center Master to finish tightening the screws up. And now we have a perfectly centered faceplate on our good bowl blank we can take to the lathe and start turning. Thanks for watching. I'm Jeff.